This is getting crazy. Yes, we are here. We are here. We are here, ladies and gentlemen. Family Matters, bar breakdown. We're about to get into it now. The reason I'm playing that record is because I believe that that record is going to be released probably sometime next week, whether it be Family Matters Part 2. If you look at the end of the video, who knows who that guy is Drake is talking to at the end of the video. Now, the reason I'm going to do Family Matters first before I do the full version of 616 in LA is because I believe Family Matters, especially the first two parts of it, were recorded long before 616 in LA. As a matter of fact, I think the very first version was recorded before Euphoria. And it was probably recorded before Drake even heard Euphoria. But the third part was after he heard Euphoria. So I'm trying to do these kind of in order because this one will then explain some of the things that are going on in the bars in 616 in LA. And then we get to meet the Grams. Now, hopefully Drake does not drop the full version of the one I was just playing before I can get to doing Meet the Grams, because that will more than likely be tomorrow. Hopefully he does not drop today. Drake, just give us a little breathing time, please. But without further ado, let's kick it off. Mrs. Graham, it is on you.
Maybe in this song, you shouldn't start by saying,
Nigga, I said it, I know that you mad. I've emptied the clip over friendlier jabs. You mentioned my seed, and I deal with his dad. I gotta go bad, I gotta go bad.
Okay, so obviously he wrote that recently, after everything, okay? Because, of course, Kendrick mentioned his child a couple times in Euphoria. So the intro was written after Euphoria. We know that this first part of the song, first part of the track, again, Kendrick asked him or told him they better come with 3 switches. So Drake has 3 switches in Family Matters. Of course, that's his mother. Rick Ross brought his mother into it. He has his mother lead the song. Again, this battle, top notch by both opponents. Great creativity and tactics. Let's continue.
Yeah, drop a 50 bag for the mob in a spot. Drop a 50 bag, 29 for the thought. I was really trying to keep it PG. I was really trying to keep it PG. If you had a set, they give your ass a DP. But you civilian gang in real life, you PC. You know who really bang and set my nigga YG. You know who really bang and set my nigga Chuck T. You know who even bang and set out there CB. And nigga Cole losing sleep on this, it ain't me.
Okay, I was really trying to keep it PG. Of course, PG is parental guidance. That addresses, of course, just parental guidance. You know, I'm trying to keep it PG for the kids. Parental guidance. Drake is going to address, you know, you mentioned my seed. I gotta go bad. I think that's why he added that in there, because he was really just trying to keep it PG. Keep the kids out of it. That's a stretch, but that's what I took from it. Now, if you was in the gang, they would give you a DP. Now, DP is disciplinary punishment, basically, in layman's terms. Then he says, true civilian man in real life, you PC. Now, PC is short technically for protective custody, but in street terms, just in street terms, it means that you're protected, right? Sometimes it's called neutron, but it goes back to the extortion talk Drake was talking about in the Push-Up song, where he's saying basically Kendrick was just the talent being extorted by the real tough guys, so to speak. He was leaning to that, so that's what he's saying yet again. And then he goes on to name, you know who bang a set, YG. Then he says Chuck T. YG is a rapper. If you don't know, you should know if you're listening to this channel. Chuck T is the game, and CB, of course, is Chris Brown. Now, bang a set means that they are representatives of certain community organizations. That's all it really means. And shout out to the people in the comments who ask weird questions. But yeah, let's continue.
Better have some paperwork or that shit fake T. Can't be rapping by no ratting that we can't read. I mean, it's true, a nigga slime me for my AP. Just like how Metro nigga slime him for his main squeeze.
Okay, he takes shots at both Kendrick and Metro in that one. First at Kendrick talking about you better have some paperwork or it's fake tea, meaning whatever you got that you think you're gonna diss me with, that you was referring to in like that. We gotta remember this is before any Euphoria or any of those disses. This is right after like that. So again, like he was doing in Drop and Give Him 50, Drake is doing a lot of preemptive writing, weakening what he thinks Kendrick is gonna talk about. So he did get robbed for his watch. Somebody stole his watch, I think out of a tour bus or something like that, in LA. Then he says somebody took Metro Boomin's girl, apparently, one of his friends. Slime me for means taken from or stolen from. And then he says out here begging for attention. Again, Drake keeps painting the like that verse as Kendrick jumping out and begging for attention. He's painting any of the shots that Kendrick has thrown at him as begging for attention, which is a smart move.
Out here begging for attention, nigga, say please. Always rapping like you about to get the slaves freed. You just acting like an activist, it's make believe. Don't even go back to your hood and plant no money trees.
Now, in a few lines there, he's setting up the disses he's about to launch, hitting at Kendrick's persona and who he claims to be as an artist. As far as Drake is concerned, Money Trees, of course, is one of Kendrick's biggest hits on Good Kid, Mad City. In the video, he is crushing the vans from the vans that look like the vans from the Good Kid, Mad City album cover. So he's from the beginning, he's basically saying, and he's gonna keep referencing Good Kid, Mad City too, because of course they have a song on there together, Poetic Justice, which was a big hit for Kendrick. But let's continue.
Say you hate the girls I fuck, but what you really mean? I've been with black and white and everything that's in between. You the black messiah wifing up a mixed queen and hit vanilla cream to help out with your self-esteem. On some Bobby shit, I wanna know what Whitney need. All that puppy love was over in y'all late teens. Why you never hold your son and tell him say cheese? We could've left the kids out of this, don't blame me.
Okay, now he's hitting at Kendrick, kind of wanting to be like Drake, wanting to have the freedom Drake has as far as his image is concerned. Trying to say Kendrick kind of locked himself into a super pro-black image, but his girlfriend, his wife, does look mixed. And on one of his records, he did admit to having cheated with a European female while on tour. Now, it does sound like he wrote this after Euphoria, but I think he didn't. Now, he's mentioning the kids and Kendrick bringing up the kids. We could have kept the kids out of this. Don't blame me. Drake has been through a few battles. And again, every battle song, he preemptively writes what he thinks the person is going to respond with. That's why the beginning of this song and the hook is, I just really wanted to keep it PG. And he said, don't wake the demon up at the end of push-ups. So he knew ahead of time, after battling Pusha T, that he's gonna have to, he knew what Kendrick was probably gonna talk about, and he knows what songs he's gonna pick, what verses he's gonna pick to release, depending on what he's talking about. So he is ready for this battle, and you have to give him credit for that. Let's continue.
You a dog and you know it, you just play sweet. Your baby mama cash was always screaming, save me. You did it dirty all your life, you tryna make peace. I heard that one of them little kids might be day free. Don't make it day freeze, cause if your GM is your BM secret BD, then this is all making plenty fucking sense to me. Hey.
Okay, so a lot of people were on my first review of Push Up saying he was talking about Whitney Houston. Bodyguard, she was in the movie Bodyguard. No shit. Okay, he was obviously hitting at Kendrick's wife. That's why he said Whitney, and now he said her captions are screaming, save me. Go back and listen to the released snippet of the so-called AI disses from him and Kendrick. They were not, they were leaks. Now in the verse in that leak, he was talking about the decorations in the house and basically alluding to her being unhappy. Okay, saying that she's trapped in a relationship with Kendrick. She doesn't want to be with him. So that's probably not AI, is it? Exactly, I said that. Check the link above right here, right now. AI ghostwriting conversation. This is going exactly like I said it would. Trust your boy. Now, Dave Free, of course, is Kendrick's partner in PG, is his business partner in the creation of PG Lang. I think he was his former manager as well. So this is pretty much this is really dirty macking. Like, it's scummy macking a little bit, if any of the marital problems about Kendrick is true. And now he's throwing in there that he knows that, or he's alluding to, that one of Kendrick's children is his manager's child and not actually his. And maybe that's the issue for the problems in their relationship. Again, he's spinning a story. Whether it's true or not, we I guess we'll find out in the future. But yeah, this man was ready for this battle. I said he would be, but let's continue, cuz.
Let that shorty breathe. Shake that ass, bitch. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Shake that ass for Drake. Now shake that ass for free. Yeah. We're not that kind of free. I'm talking about my nigga Dave. Yo man, a Lil K. We call that shit a mini Drake.
Okay, I'll start with the last bar. Little K, mini Drake, okay? Draco, the firearm. AK-47 is a type of firearm. Draco is a smaller version of that, but we call it a mini K, so that's good wordplay there. Also, Drake is the king. Kendrick is the mini king. So we call that a mini K, again, sunning her man in front of her. Now, when he says, let that girl breathe, now that's, again, he's alluding to a couple things. He's alluding to the domestic violence, because he's kind of saying it like you're choking her. And then he's talking about her dancing too. Let her breathe, let her free, let her from under your oppressive lifestyle. Let her come out here and have some fun with me. So whether the rumors are true or not, those are still, that would piss me off if somebody said that about my girl and we're in a happy relationship. Like, you talking slimy about my girl like that. Okay, that's problems. And then he said, shake it for free, of course, using Dave Free's name as he just alluded to, but also shake it for free as though she maybe has a wild side that she wants to bust out of. It's scumbag tactics, but because Whitney is liable to hear these songs, and he's also trying to put some things in her mind as well. He is, and it's interesting. But let's continue.
I was staring straight. These bars go over Kenny head no matter what I say. I know you like to keep it short, so let me paraphrase. Knew it was smoke when Abel hit us with the serenade. Niggas say, almost started reaching for my waist. Drop a 50 bag for the mob in a spot. Drop a 50 bag, 29 for the thought. I was really trying to keep it.
Okay, one thing I noticed that I haven't addressed is when he's just saying drop a 50 bag for the mob in the spot, that's drop 50,000 in the club, 29 for the thought. Now the 29 is for the stripper. I know how y'all get in the comments. He's not talking about any he more than likely is not talking about any underage girls or anything. He's just saying 29 for the stripper out of the 50,000. Now he continues, of course, with the short jokes, saying whatever I say, it's gonna go past Kenny anyway because he's so short. I'm looking over his head. Then he goes into the Weeknd diss with the little singing part. Now, this is good song structure. This is what Drake is best at, because the reason when he ends the verse like that, he's getting right into what this next song is going to be. Now, in this next one, he's going to leave part 2 of this song. He's going to leave Kendrick alone, and now he's going to hit everybody else. And he's going to have the most smoke for the Weeknd, who at this point he probably thought was the one giving up the information to Kendrick and whoever else wanted to diss him. So then he says, when the Weeknd was singing, I almost reached for my waist. He ends it with that bar on purpose, because when this one starts,
we stop playing around and take this shit serious. Like, niggas is a joke, I take it serious though. Look, if Drake shooters doing TikToks, nigga really shooting in your gang, that's peace, brother. Y'all ain't getting shit shot, nigga. Can't listen to the stick talking falsetto, saving for a hip hop, nigga. Yo.
Now he went off in the second part. I'm sorry, he is rapping crazy in the second part. Now that was all about the Weeknd. The first line that's not about Kendrick. When he says, if Drake shooters doing TikToks. because then he leads into I can't take the stick talk from a falsetto singing R&B singer. Lead that to the hip hop. And the hardest person in your group is P's brother. Now I don't know who P's talking about. I don't know if that's Party Next Door, that's Preem, somebody in their crew that they both know from Toronto named P. The hardest person in your crew is his brother, so ain't gonna be no shooting and no real tough talk. I know everything about your crew. Basically is what he's saying to the Weeknd. Let's continue.
Nigga, you don't even be at home, dog. You a souvenir out the gift shop. Nigga, still mad about that one hoe. We ain't even fuck. I just lip lock with her. I get active when it's wartime. I ain't even really let my dick drop, nigga.
Okay, so a lot of wordplay in there, a lot of doubles in there. Real quick. First, he starts with saying the Weeknd, as far as talking tough, you don't even be in Toronto, probably because you can't be in Toronto. You a souvenir. So you somebody who comes in every now and again. You just claim Toronto. So you're not really gonna start any problems for me in Toronto. And this is all over some female that I just kissed. I ain't even hit it, and I ain't even dropped no pole in that. But he don't say it. He says it in a way of I get active when it's wartime. I ain't even let my pole drop, addressing the leaked OnlyFans tape that he had where he was stroking himself or showing himself. I've never even seen the video. I heard about it though. But letting your joint hang is another way for saying getting active in the street, claiming your territory, so to speak. That's what that means. So let's continue.
What the fuck I heard Rick drop, nigga talking something about a nose job, nigga. Ozempic got a side effect of jealousy and doubt. I never told y'all niggas put a nigga in the bars, let a nigga rock, kinda like your old job, nigga. House sitting on some land, but it's out where no one even really know y'all niggas. Bitches gotta drive 2 hours for you pay them just to give a blow job, nigga. Must've started up a snowball, cause my last record deal was 400 M's. These days that's a low bar, nigga. Hey.
Okay, look, this is high level rapping. I know people, Kendrick fans, y'all hate Drake. This is high level rapping. This part about Rick Ross is nuts. It's nuts. I'm gonna go through it step by step. Okay, he starts Rick Ross talking something about a nose job. Ozempic got a side effect of jealousy and doctors never told y'all. So you're talking about me getting plastic surgery and you taking Ozempic to lose weight. Put a nigga in the bars, let a nigga rot, kind of like your old job. Okay, so first he's addressing Officer Ricky, right? He used to be a CO. But put a nigga in the bars, nose job. He's gonna get to that in a minute. But bars, just think bars that people sniff up. All right, nose job, bars people sniff up, kind of like your old job, prison bars. Put them in the bars, rapping bars, which is what I'm doing. I'm breaking down bars, right? Well, apparently he's accusing Rick Ross of sniffing bars. But if he puts Rick Ross in these bars, he's going to rot, meaning his career will be over. House sitting on some land, but it's out where no one even really know y'all. Of course, that's addressing the house Rick Ross was showing off on IG that he's getting built. But he's saying they don't really know y'all out there. Will you be able to keep it? And are you hiding? Like, what's going on? Then he goes into chicks gotta drive 2 hours for you to pay them just to give a blow job. Blow is another word for what? Cocaine, of course. The bars, the nose job. Then he says must have snorted up a snowball, which is quite a bit of the nose candy powder stuff. And also, people also use that to lose weight as well. So again, all of this is also hitting at Rick Ross losing weight. Then the last line, cause my last record deal was 400 M's. These days, that's a low ball, nigga. Like 400 million is a low amount to get. So, you know, when you lowball somebody, you offer them less than what they're worth. And then a lowball is a type of glass that holds 400 milliliters of alcohol. Rick Ross is always promoting his alcohol on his Instagram. That section of the verse is stupid. This verse is pretty tough.
Who's next on the list? Which one of my so-called niggas? Which one of my so-called niggas? Which one of my so-called niggas need a sheriff on a clip? Always knew I had to smoke y'all niggas. Good.
Okay, I just got to interject right there that there was 3 shots at the beginning of this verse. Then there's 3 shots at the end, and he is dissing 6 people in this record. It's the details that count. Let's continue.
Good kid, mad city van, will pot the latch and make the door slide. Tears running down my cheek, laughing at you, pussy dying. It's a war cry. Weeknd music getting.
Okay, good kid, mad city van, will pop the latch and make the door slide. Now, he's talking about the van, of course, opening up a van, the van from Kendrick's album cover on Good Kid, Mad City. And in his video, in the video for Family Matters, he's showing a coroner's van during this whole verse to put people into, right? I'm gonna load y'all all up in the Good Kid, Mad City van, since y'all are all gonna get in this beef with Kendrick, right? Now, pop the latch and let the door slide is also firearm talk. I'm not gonna really get into that big firearm talk. They have latches and the barrel slides. You get it. Tears running down my cheek, laughing at you pussies dying. It's a war cry. Now that should be obvious to y'all if y'all listen to hip hop. But it's a war cry, crying because I had to put y'all down due to this war. You jumped in this war. I'm gonna put you in the Good Kid, Mad City van since y'all wanna ride with Kendrick Lamar.
Weeknd music getting played in all the spots where boys got a little more pride. That's why all your friends dip into Atlanta paying just to find a tour guide. Able run your fucking bread, need to buy some more chains for some more guys. Let me find another street nigga I could take to the game courtside. Let me get a used Ferrari for a rapper, take the nigga on a horse ride. Anything to take a spotlight off the fact the boss is a drugged out little punk sissy from the north side.
Okay, somebody from Weeknd, y'all gotta fight this man. He keeps throwing shots. Okay, Weeknd music getting played in all the spots where boys got a little more pride. We know what pride parades are, so he's saying music, and there's nothing wrong with making music for the LGBTQ community, but I don't think that's Weeknd's target audience per se. I'm not gonna speak for him, but that's what Drake is alluding to there. Then he goes into the manager again, Cash, and like I said, if you're not part of that community, you might want to fight Drake, and just next time you see him, just pop off on him right quick, because he keeps hitting him upside the head. I don't know what this guy did, but that's why all your friends dip it to Atlanta paying just to find a tour guide. Now, shout out to the ATL. Okay, Atlanta does have a lot of alternative lifestyle clubs and a lot of people who live an alternative lifestyle. Again, nothing wrong with that at all. But it's kind of like, if I wear blue jeans and you say, man, you wear pink jeans. I don't wear pink jeans, I wear blue jeans. Some people get upset about their fashion. So if you don't wear pink jeans and you wear blue jeans, this can be seen as insulting. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Let's continue. Abel, run your effing bread. Need to buy some more chains for some more guys. Let me find another street ninja I can take to the game courtside. Let me get another used Ferrari for a rapper to take the Negro on a horse ride. Now, that's pretty straightforward. Basically, he's saying that the guy, Cash, is blowing all of Weeknd's money on treating young men around the city of Atlanta to games and cheap rented car rides, as far as rich people are concerned, and then taking them on a horse ride, treat them like a female. And, one of the things you do with your female, which is really, really cool, is you take them on a horse ride around the city. However, horse rides in prison are a different thing. Horse ride can be a different thing in an alternative lifestyle. And that's a double at the end of there. And it's kind of rough. Let's continue.
Rakim talking shit again. Gas cause you hit my BM first, nigga. Do the math who I was hitting in. I ain't even know you rap still, cause they only talking about your fit again. Probably gotta have a kid again for you think of dropping any shit again. Even when you do drop, they gon' say you should've modeled cause it's mid again. Smoking 50, but they should've put you on the first one trying to get it in. Ask Spring if this a good idea, the next time you cut it in a bed again. Shit, leave it till you leave the boy alone before you get your head split again.
Okay, Rakim is A$AP Rocky. That's his first name. I think he might be named after the rapper Rakim. But anyway, yeah. Basically, that wasn't too much to decode there. He basically said that A$AP Rocky, his music career is over. I don't know why you even talking to me. You are a model for your wife clothing line, and the only way you can get people to talk about you is if your wife has another baby that hopefully you are the father of. And the next time you all are cuddling in bed, ask her if you should bother me again, and she'll tell you no. And he called his wife by the name he used to have for her, a nickname when they were together. Fring. Now, Drake has a restaurant called Fring. It is named after his pet name for Rihanna, which is A$AP Rocky's wife, if you haven't figured that out yet. And at the beginning of the verse, when he said, you bragged about hitting my baby mama, guess who I do the timeline, and who was I sleeping with? I was sleeping with your current wife at the time that you may have hit my baby mama first, which is Drake's baby mama, the French young lady. but I was with your wife at that time, so who's really winning there? That's for you all to decide in the comments. Let's move on, because that was rough.
Pluto shit made me sick to my stomach, we ain't never really been through it. Lil Wayne, he a fucking lame, so I know he had to be an influence. These niggas had a plan and they finally found a way to rope you into it. 2 separate albums dissing, I just did the Kim to it, nigga skim through it.
Okay, now that part, he just hits at Future and Metro Boomin, who kind of started all this. He's saying, I don't understand, Future, I don't understand where the beef came from with you. Made me sick to my stomach. Lil Wayne, that's Metro Boomin. He's a lame, so he had the influence to get you to jump into this. Now, to rope you into it, I'm sure there's a reason he used rope you into it. I'm not a big fan of Future's music, but I'm sure that's some kind of reference to something. Then the 2 separate albums dissing, I just did the Kim through it, niggas skimmed through it. Now, of course, Kim Kardashian's label, her clothing line, she has a clothing shapewear thing called Skims. That's all that means. That's not a shot at Kanye. I didn't really see any shots at Kanye up to this point.
Me and Savage had the hose dripping wet, it shows, almost had to swim to it. K-Dot shit is only hitting hard when Baby King put his pen to it. Ross calling me the white boy and the shit kinda got a ring to it. Cause all these rappers waving white flags while the whole fucking club sing to it. Murder.
Okay, first he starts off by comparing him and 21 Savage's collaboration, saying it was much better than, Metro Boomin and Future's, although Metro Boomin and Future are kind of just getting started, so we'll see how that turns out. But he then goes in to accuse Kendrick of using Baby Keem as a ghostwriter, and he makes fun of Rick Ross shortly after he dropped Champagne Moments when he was in the club at the night, waving, I don't know if that was a white handkerchief, t-shirt, whatever he was waving. So he was saying, Ross calling me the white boy, and it kind of got a ring to it, because all these rappers waving white flags while the whole club effing sing to it. Meaning that most of your club records, most of the records that play in the club, y'all know good and well that the club is singing to it because I'm on the record. I'm responsible for the record. You waving a white flag because you praising the white boy. That's why it's got a ring to it. You have to kiss the ring, come get me, to play out in the club. And for everybody sing to it and wave the white flag. So y'all kind of praising me because you need me for your careers. I've explained that enough. Bars. Let's go.
Your man tonight, then come to vigil with the candlelight. Body at the fucking body, and Rick reading my Miranda rights. I'm going on vacation, I hope next time y'all plan it right. Cause you gotta pay for saying my name. Guess now niggas understand the price, man. What?
Okay, basically he's just claiming victory. That's why I think this record was, or at least the first 2 parts were probably before Euphoria dropped. But let's get to this third part. This third part, again, he's getting back to Kendrick Lamar only. So he's like, he swept everybody out of the way. He's like, all right, it's time for me and you, one-on-one. Let's go.
Hey, Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone go hand him a Grammy right now. Where's your uncle at? Cause I wanna talk to the man at the house.
Okay, he's on demon time right away. So first, a little bit of jealousy pokes out there because he said Kendrick just opened his mouth. Somebody hand him a Grammy. So basically he's saying whenever Kendrick say anything, you act like it's so great. So give him his little Grammy awards. Then the next part, where's your uncle at? Referring to the song Auntie Diaries, where Kendrick reveals that his auntie is trans. And yeah, let's continue.
West Coast niggas do phase, right? Come get this ass whooping, I'm handing them out. You wanna take up for real? Then come get his legacy out of my house. A cease and desist is for hoes. Can't listen to lies that come out of your mouth. You caught a 2-pack of steak and beg them to sue me and get that shit down. I'm losing perspective on beef. Boy, when the send beat and I kill you for
now,
fun.
I think this is a direct response to Euphoria. This is a direct response. This is after he heard Euphoria. This is what he wrote because he said the cease and desist is for hoes. He's talking about that in-person fade Kendrick was talking about. He was like, we can do that as well because I'm handing them out. Of course, in the second part of the song, what was he doing? He was handing them out to everybody else. You can come get yours now too. Then he says that Kendrick called Tupac's estate and begged them to put a cease and desist on the Taylor Made record. So I guess he's insinuating that he had permission, and then Kendrick called Tupac's estate to get them to send a cease and desist to Drake. So he said he's losing perspective on beef because that would be a soft move. But Boy Wonder send him a beat and he'll clear you out, and that's probably where this beat came from.
Your daddy got robbed by Top. You stunning and Wayne like father like son. Anthony set up the plays. Kojo be charging you double for none. They shook about what I'ma say. But texting your phone like we already won. You tell me.
Okay, so your daddy got robbed by Top. Of course, that's from the song Duckworth from Damn, the album Damn. And then he says, like, y'all, you stunning Wayne like father, like son. Of course, Lil Wayne has the song Stunting Like My Daddy with Birdman. That's not really a shot at them at all. It's just referencing that song and how they are alike. Then he goes into some of Kendrick's people. Anthony is Kendrick's manager, I believe, and Kojo is a videographer, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe he's Kendrick's main videographer, Kojo AM. I think that's who that is. I don't know of another one. So if y'all know in the comments, let me know. But I think that's who he's talking about, and him overcharging Kendrick. So basically, he's paying Kendrick as somebody who, again, is easily extorted, as he did in Push-Ups. And your camp is afraid of how much I'm going to reveal, so they're trying to get you to act like we already won, so stop the beef, so to speak, or because they're afraid of what Drake knows and what he's gonna say. And the more I listen to this, the more I think Kendrick heard this before he dropped 616 in LA. But let's continue.
What I shouldn't say. But fucking my nigga, it's already done. We already know it's a 20v1. We already know why you went number one. It's clearly because of the boy. The honorable thing is to give me the loot. You right about fuck the big three. It's only Big D in this video proof.
Okay, Drake, first of all, I'm gonna just address the last line there. Drake, it's starting to sound like you released that video, bro, of yourself. That's weirdo behavior. I'm just gonna say that and get it out the way. Clever line, but that's weird. But anyway, he says, you tell me what I shouldn't say, but it's already done. I've already said what I'm gonna say, and it's already recorded. I'm not taking it back. The record's already made, basically is what he's saying. Then he says, you went number one, it's clearly because of the boy, and he's referring to like that. Like if y'all didn't diss me on that record, the record wouldn't be number one. The reason it's number one is because you diss me. And the honorable thing is to give me the money for that record. And when he says, we already know it's 20v1, like I said, this is Drake's win in this battle, is he needs to stick to the fact that he was attacked by multiple people, not just Kendrick. To me, that's his only way to get out of this battle unscathed, because I really just don't think he can beat Kendrick in a battle one-on-one rapping.
Go play at the park. Two light-skinned kids, this shit will be cute. Unless you don't want to be seen with anyone that isn't blacker than you. We get it, we got it. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. We get that you like to put gin in your juice. We get that you think that you bishop and juice. When you put your hands on your girl.
Okay, so at that part, before we get into the next one, he's poking at Kendrick's identity. Like Kendrick poked at his, and maybe he has identity issues and self-identity issues. Now he's poking at Kendrick's. He's saying, yeah, you talking all this black stuff, but your girl is light. Your kids are light-skinned, and you don't like to hold them because they light-skinned because you Mr. Pro-Black. So maybe you have a conflict inside of you as well that you need to address. It's a good response. Let's continue.
Is it self-defense because she bigger than you? Your back is up against the curb. You digging for dirt, she be digging for proof. Why did you move to New York? Is it because you live in that bachelor life? Proposed in 2015, but don't want to make her your actual wife. I'm guessing this wedding ain't happening right, because we know the girls that you actually like. The darkest secrets are coming to light. It's all on your face like what happened to Mike. Oh shit, it's all making sense. Maybe I'm Prince and you actually Mike. Michael was praying his features would change, so people believe that he's actually white. Top will make you do features for change. Get on pop records and rap for the whites. And wait, you say your brother Jermaine, but you only him to stay out of the light. Oh shit, just follow me, right? Because nothing you say.
Okay, so there again, he's hitting at Kendrick maybe having an identity problem, and maybe he's more like Michael Jackson because he's not sure if he wants to be super pro-black or if he pretends to be super pro-black because he really wants white acceptance, which is why he chose the girlfriend/wife that he did, which may just be his girlfriend and not his wife because he proposed in 2015 and didn't want to marry. Like, this is a lot. He's saying a lot in here, and it's pretty straightforward. Like I said, there's no real doubles or anything in there other than the Michael Jackson thing. Jermaine Jackson is Michael Jackson's brother. Of course, Jermaine is also Jermaine Cole, and he's claiming that maybe he wanted to keep J. Cole out of the light, which is why they didn't do the collaboration album, because he feels like maybe J. Cole is who he wants to be really. And if you know anything about Michael Jackson, it was Jermaine Jackson who got the push first to be the star out of the Jackson 5. Now, I don't think Michael Jackson tried to sneak Jermaine or was jealous of Jermaine Jackson, but he's just using that as a reference point to kind of pick at Kendrick's relationship with J. Cole. Let's continue.
Oh shit, just follow me, right? Cause nothing you saying could bother me, right? I get off the plane and nothing has changed. I headed to Delilah with all of my ice. Headed to Delilah with all of my ice. Headed to Delilah with all of my ice. This shit gotta be over by now for anyone out here that's calling it right. You did. You did. You did.
Okay, at the end there, he's not saying much. He's saying you claiming I have an identity crisis is not gonna bother me. My life is good. And when he's chanting, I head to Delilah with all of my ice. I head to Delilah with all of my ice. Delilah is, as far as the only thing I can think of that he's talking about, is the restaurant in Las Vegas. Now, I don't know if maybe Kendrick had an issue at the restaurant in Las Vegas because he said, I'm headed to Delilah with all of my ice. So maybe he's just refuting the fact that he can get robbed at a restaurant, which is the Ho King part of Euphoria, when Kendrick mentioned that he got robbed at Ho King restaurant in Toronto. And in the video, you know, they were partying at Ho King restaurant with all of Pharrell's jewelry. I didn't mention that earlier in the thing. Of course, we know he bought all of Pharrell's jewelry some time ago. I don't know what that was about, but yeah. He bought it, Pharrell auctioned it off, and Drake has it and still has it. So yeah, that is the diss record. This was a long video, 36 minutes, holy cow. But hey, like, share, subscribe. Y'all know what it is. Share the video, please, for me. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. All the people who support me, please help just by sharing the video, liking the video, commenting below. Thank you all for all the love in the comments, all the love all across the YouTube sphere. Thank you for watching. Professor Lecter Beats, Bar Breakdowns. We out.